Additive manufacturing vacuum solutions. Ruwac is the safest post-production cleanup solution, with more than 44 years' experience engineering and manufacturing in wet separation systems. Ruwac understands the dangers associated with additive manufacturing, combustible dusts like no others. That is why Ruwac is the most trusted industrial vacuum brand for the AM industry, an OEM partner of most leading 3D printer machine makers in the world. Ruwac AM Solution. Wet separator are used for separating dust and dust particle of all types. The particles are channeled into liquid media, where they are safely trapped. The dust is submerged in liquid media where is it no longer flammable. Our wet separator come in various model of different sizes. They are especially suitable for materials such as propellant powder, explosives, titanium, aluminium dust, or magnesium dust. The NA35D1 series. Two types are available. The NA35 Silo Vac and the standard NA35D1 Type 3, both are available in 2.2 kilowatts and 4 kilowatts. The Silo Vac are designed for the easy filter maintenance and has a practical way to empty the liquid with a bottom discharge valve. Shown here is the customized NA35D1 Type 3 wet separator. Your NA35 is for a Tex Zone 22. Has a 4 kilowatts 3-phase electric motor, turbine drive, 213 millibar max vacuum, and 360 cubic meter per hour max air volume. The body is made out of GRP glass reinforced fiber polyester material. Fully electrostatic body. This machine is add-on with an extraction arm. Two-way inlet with air regulation valve. Manometer scale to 250 millibar. Level monitoring and level sensor. Degasification valve. Conductive caster. Work safety. All persons involved in the installation, commissioning, operation, and maintenance of the wet separator must carefully read and observe the following instructions. Always wear appropriate personal protective equipment when working on the filter and on the liquid container. For example, dust mask, protective gloves, protective goggles, ESD safety shoes, and protective clothing. NA35DS1 commissioning. Establishing potential equalizer grounding. Attach the earthing clip to the metal part of the suction connection and secure using the screwdriver. Install the grounding connection at the processing machine and ensure it is grounded. Connect the angle socket to the processing machine. Lock the parking brakes to prevent the wet separator from rolling away. Plug in on the main electric power supply and switch on. Check rotation of the motor direction. The indicator lamp will light up. If the direction of rotation is wrong, you will not be able to start the machine. To solve the problem, you need to ask the professional electrician to do. Swap the phase connection between phase 1 and phase 2, or phase 2 and phase 3, or else phase 3 and phase 1. Filling with liquid. By direct filling using hose at the suction connection. The wet separator is only ready for use when the liquid is between the two markers. Do not filling the liquid over the max level marker. And this NA35D1 has equipped the low liquid level monitoring. If the water in liquid bath is lower than the limit, then the machine will not able to start as well. Warning: it is important to use only non-foaming liquids which is suitable with the suction media. Do consulting with materials supplier. If see the foam or bubble from exhaust or any part of the wet separator, you must stop wet separator immediately and check mixture of anti-foaming agent. Attention! Before startup, establish the potential equalization. Connect the ground cable with the machine. Fill in a suitable liquid. The liquid level has to be monitored during the operation. If necessary, fill up the liquid as needed, but at least daily the liquid container has to be cleaned. Checking the function of the degasification valve. Must check for correct functioning before commissioning and each startup. Ensure that the machine is switched off before carrying out this check. The valve head should slot into place with gentle pressure and automatically return to original position with the spring. Operation instruction. Avoid any bodily contact with the hose, even during the suction process. Do not route the hose over the shoulder or around the body. Observe the fill level in the wet separator through drainage hose before each startup and at regular intervals during operation. This machine has two operation modes. One is for fine dust extraction with extraction arm, and another one for post-production cleaning of reactive powders with accessories pack. Ensure one of both suction regulation valves is fully open before start up the wet separator. Start the wet separator and set up the suction arm position, or move to the position you need, before open the 3D printer processing chamber to extract the fine dust. When you open the door, you can regulate the suction power according to your need by adjusting the suction arm regulation valve. Vacuum cleaning: connect the hose to the suction connection. Then you can regulate the suction power according to your need by adjusting the vacuum cleaning regulation valve. Connect the accessories which are your need to use for cleaning. The vacuum pressure gauge indicates the vacuum present inside the suction housing. This visual warning device, pressure gauge, operates reliably when a hose 3 meters in length is connected to the wet separator. Open cross-section without nozzles, etc. During operation, the pressure gauge pointer must indicate a value lower than the factory setting, -120 millibar. This ensures that the flow velocity in the hose does not fall below the safe value of 20 meters per second. If the pointer indicates a value higher than the factory setting, then the flow velocity in the hose will be less than 20 meters seconds. That means that the safe operation of the unit can no longer be guaranteed. There is then the possibility that dust may have been deposited in the hose. Therefore, after finish each cleaning task, you should detach the suction nozzle before stop the wet separator at around 30 seconds to ensure there is no contaminated dust inside the hose. Warning: do not store overnight. The Na35 must be cleaned every day after usage. Storage without liquid only, and always store the wet separator in a well-ventilated area because of risk of explosion. Danger: on finishing work, always store or place the wet separator in a well-ventilated area. Depending on the materials vacuumed up, flammable gases such as hydrogen may be evolved. Use a suitable sealing liquid that does not promote the evolution of flammable gases, foam or other chemical reactions. Before using the wet separator, always check the degasification valve for correct operation. Emptying the Na35. The Na35 must be switch off and unplugged. Move the Na35 to the draining location. Lock the parking brakes to prevent the Na35 from rolling away. Remove the drainage hose. Drain the liquid into a suitable container. Warning: flammable gas caused by chemical reactions, example, liquid with aluminum dust, may develop in the storage container. Cleaning the Na35D1. Before cleaning the Na35D1, you must empty the liquid as described in the emptying section. Disconnect the level sensor plug and wind the power supply cable around the motor. Release the upper 4 clamping locks. Carefully remove the drive unit and set it down on a flat surface. Cleaning the demister mat. Release the holder of the demister mat. Remove the demister mat from the housing. Check the demister mat each day for dirt and wash or replace it if necessary. Cleaning the wet separator from inside. Rinse out the wet separator. Check the swirl filter. Release the clamping screw. Carefully lift out the swirl filter from under the clamping screw. Clean the empty wet separator again with a water jet. Make sure that all dirt has been removed from the angled part under the wet separator. Important: parts contaminated with hazardous substances must be cleaned before disposal. Disposal must be performed in an environmentally responsible way, in accordance with national regulations and statutory provisions. Maintenance checklist. You can find the maintenance checklist in the instruction manual and carry out the activities based on the recommended time shown in the maintenance checklist. Troubleshooting. You can find the troubleshooting list in the instruction manual. And if you need any assistance for troubleshooting, please contact Ruwac by finding the contact details on the machine sticker. Spare parts list. Spare part inventory. In order to achieve the shortest breaks in operations in the event of a defect, Ruwac recommends that a stock is maintained of the necessary spare parts. The necessary spare parts are those parts of the machine that, if they fail, can cause a complete loss of service by the wet separator. Spare parts must comply with the technical requirements as laid out by Ruwac. Ordering spare parts. To ensure that your spare parts are delivered reliably, we require the serial number of the machine. The serial number is listed on the machine nameplate. Replacement parts list is shown here. To ensure quick processing of your questions and orders, indicate the article number is shown on the replacement parts, and you can find the list in the manual. This will enable us to process your enquiries more quickly. Ruwac service contract. We strongly recommend you sign a Ruwac service contract. This ensures that the servicing work is performed by qualified Ruwac service technicians and that only original spare parts are used. Therefore, it is recommended to carry out the regular maintenance needed with Ruwac professionals to keep your vacuum in a safe and in a perfect operation condition. Please contact your local Ruwac representative for the service contract. Ruwac Asia Customer Care Packages has many benefits such as optimized machine uptime, continuous training of your new operators, preventing losses due to unscheduled vacuum downtimes, preventing major damages of the machines due to preventative maintenance, accurate budget and cost control, lowest dust collector and vacuum cost per hour in the industry, discounted service and spare parts rates. Every Ruwac Asia machine carries an inspection sticker which provides information about the last inspection and filter change. Thank you for choosing Ruwac machine. And for more information about our products, please visit our website at worldwidewebruwacasia.com.